so who, by a show of hearts, hit that heart button, who wants to know what our journal prompts and theme are going to be for the month of April? Okay, so our theme, so to speak, is called a gratitude scavenger hunt of journal prompts. A gratitude scavenger hunt. Doesn't that sound like fun? I hope that it sounds like fun because I am super excited about it. So there are a couple of different ways you are going to be able to use these prompts this month and have some fun. And I'm going to show you a little pre-game so that you can kind of get the idea. The first one, for example, will say something that makes you smile every day. Something that makes you smile every day. So you are going to be on the hunt on April 1st for finding something that makes you smile every day. Now, you can do a traditional just writing about it and giving as many details as you can. So when you look back over this in a few months or a few days or a few years, right, it all makes sense and you have a really nice memory to kind of lean in and reflect back on. However, we're going to up our game for those of you that want to. Who wants to up the game a little bit? Go ahead and, I don't know, say yes in the comments. Say something. Say something and let me know you want to up the game a little bit. And I'm going to talk about that and show you exactly how we are going to do that. But in order to do that, I'm going to grab a little bit of my Paul journal supplies because we're doing this as a pre-game. So I am going to grab those two things and I think this piece of paper. Okay, if you want to participate in our gratitude scavenger hunt, you're going to, day one, you're going to find something that makes you smile, right? Find something that makes you smile. I think that's what it said. Yes, find something that makes you smile every day. Okay, find something that makes you smile every day. Well, you guys know that that would be these two right here. That would be Miss Katie and Mr. Cody. They are the ones that make me smile every single day. Amongst other things, you know, people too, but you know, these are the ones that are with me all day long usually. We can also do what we call a photo journal. So for anybody that wants to participate with the photo, and this is why I am going live early, let's talk about supplies. There are portable little zinc printers. This one is a sprocket. They come in different sizes. I know that there are lots of different varieties of these out here. Sprocket is HP. That's just the one I happen to have. If you have one of these, you can do it like this. If you don't, and you're like, no, I don't really want one of those, you can literally, if you have a Walgreens or a CVS near you, you can take the picture on your phone and you can go there and have it printed, and then you can pick up like just a few pictures at a time. So you can do it easily if you want to. This particular one happens to be a sticker back though, which is why I like this so much. I like being able to just kind of like put these in easily. So I'm going to turn the page because I have a sticker here that says pre-game. So I'm going to show you exactly what that could look like. Now remember, this is a creative aspect, so you can do so many things. Okay, so I did grab some of the Paul stuff left that I haven't used yet. If you want to do the photos, you would get a photo and then I'm going to show you like a page set up so that you can see what that would look like. All right, so I'm going to cut that there so I can create a border. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn this over because I want this to be like this. And I'm going to put my sticker down and then I am going to cut around that. All right, and then you just peel the sticky back off. And I am going to just kind of eyeball this in the center. It's going to be a little off, but that's okay. And then I'm going to trim the side up here so it's hopefully pretty even here. And then I'm just going to put that little scrap over to the side. Now, so that was a sticker. I didn't even have to use adhesive. Now I'm going to come up here and I am going to use this bottom part, and I'm just doing a little bit of layering here just because I really, really like this blue dog and I want him to be part of this. I want him to be part of this. So I am going to then take some adhesive and put this right here, but I'm going to cut a little bit of this off of the side like that, and then, yeah, that'll be good. All right, so let me go ahead and I'm just going to put this on here first, and then I will figure out where I want it to go in my journal. All right, so now I've created the little piece that's going to go in here. All right, so before I put this down, I am going to do a little bit of decorating my page here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a little bit of the cherry blossom paper because I really like the back of this one with like that, the cross hatch, the texture of this. So I think what I'm going to do is cut about, let's see, let's get the darker side. I'm going to do about 3/4 of an inch. Then I'm going to cut off in a little strip there. And then I'm going to take, before I put this down, I am going to take this blue, because I think even though this is like a blue, oh, you know what? I can take this one. This one will match. Okay, I'm going to turn this around for a second. And again, I am totally just going to freehand this. So I'm going to make a little space up top here, and I'm just going to draw in my lines where I want it to be. So I want to start there and there. I'm just going to color this in. Just drawing some like lines that go across so that it's kind of just adding some color without like making it too crazy. And if there's a little bit of white space because it doesn't quite cover it all the way, that's okay. Not looking for it, again, not looking for this to be like perfect lines or anything like that. I just want it to have a little bit of color up there at the top. All right, so now I'm just going to put this strip right over top of that. So you can see with just like a little bit of markers and just like making some lines, you can totally give your pages some pop and give them a little bit of a different focal point. Now I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to, let's see, I am not going to use my days of the week, but I am going to use a paw print sticker for today, which today is the 23rd. And I am going to put this just right here, like that. So for these pages, I'm not necessarily going to write like April or March or anything like that. I'm just going to put the date from the sticker on there. And then I am going to, let me see if I have any other stickers here. Let me see. I have to save those stickers for my sister because they look like her little puppy now. All right, let's do this. I think I'm going to cut this one out because he has the little Z's, and that's what Katie and Cody are doing in their picture. So I'm going to cut this one out real quick. Just do a little what we call fussy cutting. And I'm just going to kind of leave a white border around it so it kind of looks like a die cut too. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Okay, so I left a little bit of white around it so it looks like a die cut. I could put that on top of something else if I wanted to. to make it pop out a little bit, but I think that I'm okay with this. I don't think I have any colored cardstock like right here, and I'm not going to go get up and look for some. So this is fine. We're just going to leave it like that. So I'm going to put him on real quick. Put that down with some adhesive. He's so cute. Seriously, so cute. All right, and then I have my picture, of course. And this, I think, is going to go down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to write why they make me smile. So I'm going to write out the journal prompt, and then I will do a little bit of journaling. I do think I'm going to put them down at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. I almost put it on upside down. That would have been silly. Oops. All right, we're just going to leave that where it was. Paper got stuck. We're going to leave it. All right, so that is an idea, right? That is an idea of what it could look like. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a marker that I can write with. I'm just trying to decide which one I want to use. I think I want to use this one. And I'm going to write what that journal prompt would be. And you'll get these every morning just like you normally would. So this one would be, for example, something that makes you smile every day. So I'm just going to write that in here. And you can write it however you want, cursive, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to try to write kind of neat here for y'all. Something that makes. Now I put you because I'm sharing these with a bunch of people, obviously, but you could change the word you to me, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say something that makes me smile every day. Something that makes me smile every day. And then I'm going to put ... Just like that. And then I have a space where I'll sit down and I can journal about what it is about them that makes me smile, right? Why having them is such a blessing and why I'm grateful for them and all the things. So this is an example of what you could do if you wanted to do a photo journal type thing with our journal prompts. You could probably do this with any kind of journal prompts that we have, but specifically the month of April is going to be a scavenger hunt, which means you are going to be on the hunt for different things. Now, if you don't want to, like I said, if you don't want to do the whole photo thing, that's okay. You can still do the same idea. Like you can still use your papers and your stickers and pretty pens. You just won't have the picture here, but that's okay. But you can still set it up just like this and then do your journaling. I'm going to do one more thing because this is so light against here. I'm actually going to come around and do like some little dashes here so that it kind of pops out a little bit more. These are a little bit time consuming, but I used to do this all the time with my scrapbook pages when I was putting them together, and just gives it a little bit of pop. You could also just draw a line around it if you wanted to, but I've been on this little dash kick lately, so I'm just gonna go with the dashes. Just keep it simple. Let me turn this, it'll make it easier. I also tend to turn my journals quite frequently when I am creating in them. So what do you guys think? For those of you that are here, will you do a photo journal in April? Or do you like the traditional writing style? I mean, you're still writing, you're just adding a photo to it. But you could still do, I mean, you're still going to do the writing style either way if you do the journal prompts with us. All right, one more line here. All right, there we go. So that is our pregame. That is an example of what it would look like. And then literally you can sit down and just write it out. If you like straight lines, you can put your lines in, or you can draw them in first with a ruler. Either way, whatever you want to do. And then you can just kind of journal this through. But this is an idea of what it could look like for you.